case of a nuclear explosion.
This is a Fourth Rider news break.
I'm Zoey Pearl with the Fourth Rider News headline report. In East Africa, Iran has signed a security agreement with Ethiopia. Ethiopia and Iran recently signed a memorandum of understanding. Under the new agreement, their national police agencies will cooperate on security and intelligence. This will include combating cross-border crime, sharing intelligence, and building capacity. They will also share experiences and training. In Idaho, a life-size sex doll was found in the Idaho River after cops spent 3 hours searching for a reported body. When my team went in and pulled it out of the water, that's when they realized it was just a life-size companion doll, Sheriff Mabby said. At least 2 dead as NYC Legionnaires' case is more than doubled to 58. A cluster of the pneumonia-like illness, which was initially detected on July 25th, has been identified in several zip codes across Harlem. Texas Governor Abbott orders arrest of Democrats who skip town to avoid redistricting vote. Texas Republican Governor Greg Abbott ordered state authorities Monday to arrest dozens of House Democrats who fled to Illinois and New York rather than stay for a vote on redrawing the state's congressional map. Texas House Democrats abandoned their duty to Texans, Abbott said in a statement. By fleeing the state, Texas House Democrats are holding hostage critical legislation to aid flood victims and advance property tax relief. President Trump's sons are launching a new business venture, and this one calls for a return to U.S. manufacturing. Eric Trump and Donald Trump Jr. are backing New America Acquisition I Corp., a SPAC targeting U.S. manufacturers that is hoping for a $300 million public offering on the New York Stock Exchange, according to filings on Monday. As advisors to New America, Eric Trump was awarded an interest in 3 million founder shares, and Donald Trump Jr. received 2 million shares. Acting NASA Chief Sean Duffy to announce plans for building a nuclear reactor on the Moon. The space agency has previously explored the possibility of installing an electricity-generating nuclear reactor on the lunar surface capable of powering a sustained human presence. The Trump administration aims to accelerate the construction of a nuclear reactor on the Moon, according to an internal memo written and distributed by Transportation Secretary and Acting NASA Administrator Sean Duffy. Netanyahu approves plan to fully occupy the Gaza Strip to force Hamas to release hostages. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has decided to order a full military occupation of the Gaza Strip to force Hamas to free the hostages, according to local reports. The expansion of the war would see the military, which already controls about 75% of Gaza, take over the remaining areas and conduct operations where the hostages are believed to be held, according to the Jerusalem Post. Feds Daily says time is nearing for rate cuts, may need more than 2. Daily said there is still plenty of data, including a couple of labor market and inflation reports due out before the Fed's policy-setting meeting in September, and she's keeping an open mind. San Francisco Federal Reserve Bank President Mary Daly on Monday said that, given mounting evidence that the U.S. job market is softening and no signs of persistent tariff-driven inflation, the time is nearing for interest rate cuts. Far-left Representative Jasmine Crockett calls Trump a piece of shit in latest rant against the president. She was quoted as saying, "I don't even know what to call him. I've called him so many things," Crockett admitted of her insults against Trump. Crockett accused House and Senate Republicans and the entire judiciary, especially the Supreme Court, of being complicit. They refuse to put guardrails on themselves, Crockett said of Supreme Court justices. So, it's time for us to do it for them. A former CNBC analyst goes to jail. James Arthur McDonald Jr., accused of defrauding investors out of millions, was sentenced to 5 years in prison, according to the Justice Department. McDonald, who frequently appeared on CNBC as an analyst, was arrested in June 2024 in Florida after spending years on the run. Extradited to California, where he was the CEO and Chief Investment Officer of Los Angeles-based Hercules Investments LLC and Index Strategy Advisors Inc. Victims of the Epstein sex trafficking ring blasted the Trump administration's handling of the case, with one accusing the Justice Department of protecting the dead pedophile's rich friends. One of the victims was quoted as saying, "I'm not sure if the highest priority is the victims, justice for the victims, or combating child exploitation. Rather, I feel like the DOJ's and FBI's priority is protecting the third party, the wealthy men, by focusing on scrubbing their names off the files." Zoey Pearl, Fourth Rider News.
This is a Fourth Rider news break.